Good evening, everybody, for another round of AM2 action here at Spain. This is Contest Speed Season 16, Round 5, and tonight I am your host, Cam Tizzle, with my co-host, Pucks F1.
Hello, Cam. Great to have you in the booth with me here. Really an honor. Glad to be co-commentating with you tonight, and looking forward for this AM2 grid.
Hey man, happy to have you step in here for tonight. DK cannot be here, but we have a just as amazing replacement for this evening. And but yeah, we are here at Spain tonight. I think I particularly like this track. I don't know about everyone else. I think this is the general consensus around this track is that it's a pretty solid one. Would you feel that way, Pucks?
Yeah, absolutely. I like this track a lot. Really feel comfortable with it. There's some really few tricky turns when you get up to your tires gets up to temperature. It really feels great, and yeah, just you gotta watch out for those low speed corners. And, should be a fun one here tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you want to go over the standings for AM2 real quick.
Yeah, of course. So we have Drag King here, the championship leader. He will not be racing with us tonight, I believe.
Oh,
We
that's
have
unfortunate.
Bandude in second, Fragley in third. That's Hysteria in fourth, Shiraz in fifth, Ayo in sixth, Boogie in seventh, Heavy Chalice in eighth, Red Arrow in ninth, Inception in 10th, FTG Mr. Bow in 11th, Swoons in 12th, Woodjay in 13th, C9 Wolf in 14, Micrib in 15, Beige Rage in 16, 7th Flame in 17th, Hypnodge in 18, South Flat Top 19th, and your P20 is ASAP Locky.
Awesome, awesome. And I do want to point out that the Sweens, after I think it was impeding penalty in qualifying last week, he will have a quali ban for tonight. But as far as championship standings go, thank you for reading that off. But Drag King, the big player here in AM2 is being here tonight. It's going to open up the door for guys like Bandu, Fragley, who are really close on points, and we could see a new championship leader here tonight. So, and
Yeah,
we're almost
absolutely.
halfway. Go ahead.
Absolutely. If Bandu can get this win here tonight, he'll be jumping ahead of Drag King, which is really exciting to see. We'll see what Bandu has in store for us tonight. Which Red Arrow just posed the first provisional poll for Barcelona here tonight with a 13-0.
Oh, we got Hysteria jumping Red Arrow.
Hysteria, yeah.
I can't remember what the lap times will get in off the top of my head. Do you remember what kind of lap times we'll be seeing here? Is a 12? Are we going to be getting to the 11s here this evening?
I would say 11-9s should be a really fair. 11-8s maybe. We should see a bunch of mid-12s. I assume. We'll see what this AM2 grid has in store for us tonight.
Yeah, at the moment though, we got a Ferrari 1-2 with Fragley just breaking into the 12s, which is kind of why I asked about the 11s, because I don't know how feasible the 11s are. But yeah, Serrazo's not too far behind, really close to Hysteria. We got a pretty tight grid at the top at the moment. And as qualifying goes on, I'm sure we'll just see it just get closer and closer and closer. Usually, we have some very tight qualities here in AM2.
Absolutely. You have the Ferraris just looking strong with only a tenth between them. Should be an interesting one.
And yeah, Red Devil pointing out an 11-8 might be a bit of a challenge this evening. That might be more like AM1 pace, I would imagine.
Okay.
But hey, it's possible though. It's possible though.
It is possible.
We definitely have a skilled set of drivers, so definitely won't rule it out. Definitely won't rule it out. But
absolutely. Never.
I'm bored with B Boogie right now. He's had a good you know good run of form of the past couple weeks, and I think he's on a lap right now. We'll finish along this lap with him and see if he sets a pretty solid time or not.
Yeah. Yeah, Boogie P3 with a 13.0 as well. Just not too far away from Sorrello. Pretty decent lap with his first lap here.
And I do want to point out something. Recently, I think Potty made a return into contest of speed. He hasn't actually gone on track yet, but he is now a reserve here in AM2. And if you've been watching over the past few seasons, Potty was definitely a solid driver. So I hope to see him sometime in one of these races. But unfortunately, he's not here this evening. I think the drivers we should be looking out for this evening. Bandoots, obviously, being a second in the drivers' championship. I think Boogie, Hysteria, and I think Hypnotic even could be a little sleeper pick for this evening.
Where Red Arrow pulls a 12.9, 300ths shy from Fragley. Amazing lap here.
I'd say definitely a solid lap. Oh my gosh, yeah! Look at the gaps for these for the top 5 right now. It's pretty crazy actually.
That's very close, very close.
Yeah, so I hope we get some more drivers getting in there too.
Yeah, we have Sinan Wolf left the session.
Yeah,
Let's see if I can get him back. Yeah.
But what else is here? Yeah, so we got Red Arrow on a cooldown lap. Rob's boy looks like he's on a flyer right now. We're gonna go on board with him. The lobby host for here this evening. see what he's got in store.
I don't believe I have C9 to invite him back.
This boy seems to be doing all right. Didn't quite hit the apex going up the hill, but shouldn't be the worst. Worst thing for him right here. These tricky traction zones right here is where he's going to gain a lot of time here in this third sector. He seems to be doing just fine. Gets a good exit. Coming around the final corner, and he's going to have his run up to the line. We'll see what this man's got for us. He's going to have a 114.5. Puts us up in P12. I'm sure he's going to get back out there and aim for something a little bit more. But for now, he is P12. Inception, another driver. I want to point out. I think was it last week he qualified? I think in the top 5. So be curious to see if he's able to get back up there this evening. McRib, I believe he's on looks like he is potentially on a lap right now. I can't tell. And he's down almost 10th, so it looks like he could be on a flyer.
Fragley is about to start a lap.
Copy. Can you go on board with the Hysteria and let me know see if he's got a good little split going?
Yeah.
McRib coming up the hill here. Seems to keep it fairly tidy through there. Yes, and McRib just a little bit down still. He needs to have a good third sector here if he's going to find himself a few more positions.
McRib almost loses the car here. Yeah, he's going to enter the pits. He knows not a good lap for him. I'm on board with Fragley. Yeah.
Oh, and Hysteria was
12.6. Oh, man, dude, 12.6. There we go, mid-12s. It's coming in.
All right, we're getting down there. We're getting close to your 11.8 that you have told.
Fragley, keep it easy on the throttle here. He has 25% battery. Should use it all in the last straight here using the ERS. 10% battery. Doesn't improve. Oh, Fragley, yes, 12.5. Provisional pole, 12.5. Fragley. Wow.
So I think at this point, if I'm gonna predict like what the fastest lap will be just based off what we've seen so far, I'm gonna go with a 12.2 being our
12.2. Okay.
With the final 7 minutes. I'm gonna guess someone's gonna do it. I have a feeling. But for now though, Fragley P1, Bandoot P2, or P2 and P3 in the championship. I'm gonna go over to Soul Flat Top. I think he is on a cooldown lap from the looks of it.
Yeah, he's
he's on a cooldown lap.
yeah, he's on a collab.
But
I'm on board with the Alpine of Hypnotic. He's a little bit down on his. Oh, he's up on his time, almost 2/10, keeping it easy on the power, going a little bit wide. Oh, he loses the car, crashes out, loses his front wing, but he didn't retire.
He's lucky to
I think he's okay.
Tire.
That was really wide, but he is okay. He's still in this session.
I'm just gonna go up to Bandoot real quick. Looks like Bandoot is on a lap. Thank goodness Hypnotic's still in this session. I've been very disappointing the crash right there. At least he'll be able to get back into the pits and get another crack at it. But Bandoot
just a little bit down on his time. Should really keep it easily here on the throttle. Can easily lose the car here.
Does he have any time to gain for in the third sector? Only time will tell as he's coming up to the final. Oh, he's going to the pits. Going into the pits, he's bailed out on his lap. Must not
he's
be
retreating.
liking.
There you go.
Red
I'm
arrow
on board with red arrow. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. 25% battery using ERS here. Should be really careful with this turn.
Let's see, 25% battery.
30. Yeah.
It's already pretty low.
Yeah. Went a little bit deep, a little bit wide on this corner. Let's see on the last corner. Oh! 10% battery, and he improved by a 10.5. He does improve by a 10.5. Stays in P5.
I'm going to go on to Inception here. I was hyping up in Inception based off his last couple weeks of his qualifying results. He is currently on a lap here, going around, getting up to the final corner. It looks like he is up on his time currently.
Using all of his battery here, 10% battery, using DRS as well. He goes 12.8. That's 0.8 improvement, but still in P6.
Dang.
Pretty decent lap as well. Pretty well.
0.8 improvement, but no spots gained.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. That is actually kind of crazy.
What?
Actually, is that true? Did it? Maybe it was P9 before or something. I can't remember. I think he was actually P9 or something like that. But either way, good lap from him. He's P6 is definitely going to be a solid little spot. Maybe he'll be able to get another lap in. McRib though, I believe he's on a flyer.
Yeah, he's improving here in his.
Nope, actually he might not be. Yep. He has a little light on the back of his car blinking, so looks like he's harvesting. Maybe he's going to have another lap here soon. But Beige Rage, he is down a 10th in the third sector. We'll see if he's got anything to gain here, though.
Using all of his battery here, 25% left. And he goes 14.7, almost 7. P14 for him.
Io, I believe he's on a lap here.
Yep. Should be using the outside line here.
And he's up almost
improved by almost a 10.5. Yeah, he's using the outside line. Hard braking zone here. Shifts onto second gear. Puts the power down. Tricky corner here with the throttle. Should be very careful. There we go.
Yeah, I do not
like it easy.
I'd say that corner is probably the most infuriating corner on the track. It's just such
it is a very tricky. Zone. It is very tricky. Yeah.
It's just understeer for no reason half the time. I don't like where that Williams had parked himself at on the side. I would have probably sat on the inside of the track because some people like to kind of use that curb going into that corner. But is what it is, I guess. Shouldn't be the biggest ruiner of a lap, but
right. Ayo finishing his lap with a 13.7, 7/10 improvement, but puts him in P11.
say Sarrazzle. I don't think we've gone over him here this evening. He's in P3. Didn't quite notice that.
Yep.
But he is just barely up on his time, 1700ths of a second.
Inception, 12.3. Wow. Very solid lap from him. Very solid.
Or close to my predictions of that 12.2 I have foretold. Does Sarrazzle have it in the tank, though? Does he have a 12?
Is he improving here in the second sector? Using DRS here, 15% battery, heavy braking zone here. Should be very careful. Can easily lose a car here. Keeps it nice and clean. Avoid the curbs on the right side here. Using all of his battery, 5%. He's going to lose a little bit of power here. He's going to lose a little bit of straight line speed. Fragley, 12.3. Sarrazzle, 12.4. Not a bad lap from him. But Fragley, provisional pole. Yeah, Fragley, provisional pole with a 12.3. Very solid lap.
So dang.
Dan Dude on his out lap, preparing his tires for his ultimate lap.
Red Arrow on a lap as well, so we'll keep him in mind. But 400 seconds
I'm on board.
P1 and P2 is pretty nice, I must say.
Yeah. I'm on board with Red Arrow here, yeah.
B-Boogie,
keeping the inside line.
Yeah, keep me updated with the Red Arrow, but I'm going to be on board with B-Boogie. He's almost done with his lap. He's up, I think, almost about a tenth and a half.
Yeah.
See if he's got
Red Arrow a little bit down on his time. I think a tenth down on his time here, Red Arrow.
B-Boogie is going to gain on his lap, but he is not going to jump Red Arrow.
Oh, a little bit wide here with Red Arrow. Coming into the DRS here with 25% battery. Heavy braking zone here.
He's lost.
Parking his car.
He's lost almost like 4/10 based off his first sector split. So I don't know what happened. It looked good from our view.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be challenging for pole here. Goes a little bit wide and almost loses the car. Goes off track. It's going to be a 12.9. P6 for Arrow. That's qualifying done for him.
Bandut's on a lap.
Yep. 3/10 down. I mean 300ths down, sorry. Coming into the DRS zone.
I'm curious what the weather in the actual main race is going to be like, because I've seen some people in the chat mention something about rain or wet weather a few times. But back to the qualifying, though, Bandut almost up a tenth and a half. He is going to, looks like he's going to be challenging for that P3 spot from Sarrazzle.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see how much. Using battery here, last corner, 6% battery. Bandut, 12.5. He improved by a tenth. P4 for Bandut.
Just a tad shy of Sarrazzle's time. And
Sarrazzle here challenging for pole, but no, he improved by 2600s. That's P3 for him.
And I think everybody else is pretty much wrapped theirs up. Sweens with that qualifying ban. C9 Wolf, I don't know why he hasn't had a time. Maybe he's not connected back in here yet. But anyways, this is our grid here for this evening. We got Fragley of P1 with a 12.346, followed by Inception with a really close time. Sarrazzle P3, Bandut P4, Hysteria running out the top 5. Red Arrow take a P6, followed by Boogie, Soul Flat Top, FTG, and McRib rounding out the top 10. We got Io, Seventh Flame, Rob's Boy, Beige Rage. Let's scroll down here. We got Hypnotic P15, Sweens P16, and C9 Wolf rounding out the bottom of the grid for here this evening. But yeah, if rain's going to be in the race, so maybe I wonder if we could have had potentially those like 11.8, like you had mentioned at the beginning. I wonder how much of rain we're going to get and how much that's affected their setups here this evening.
Yeah, it should be a really interesting one. Should be a really interesting one. If we do have rain, it's going to be very tricky here in turn 1. Let's see who has the best traction coming in, starting the race.
while we wait here this for this race here to start, I believe we're gonna have about 2 minutes of intermission for drivers to pick their strategies and all that jazz. Does anyone want to put in any predictions for the race here in the chat? I'd say my predictions for this evening. I think Fragley. I think he'll end up winning the race, followed by Band Dudes with Sarazzle in P3. That is going to be my top three for this evening. Do you have any predictions, Pucks?
I'm really not quite sure. Rain really takes an effect here. We do have rain. I see here on my screen. We do have rain, so
Right
it's going to be an interesting one. Right, it's going to be really interesting. Let's see who has the best traction coming in, starting from the line, and who leads into turn one. It's going to be really tricky.
Yeah, saying with the rain, it should be noted that Bandu did win Australia, and we did have rain there. So Bandu could be is he the Verstappen of AM2?
Is he the favorite for? Is he the favorite tonight? We'll have to watch and see. Does Bandu have it in the bag? I'm not quite sure if he's quite comfortable here in the rain. I'm pretty sure he is, but is he going to be comfortable here in Barcelona where there's so many room for error?
And then
I'm not quite sure.
Also, do want to point out that Australia, when we did have that rain, Fragley also did perform very well, but he did get caught up with penalties. So we'll see if that remains the same here tonight. But hopefully no penalties for anybody. Penalties always suck to see. So
yeah,
only time will tell.
Very easy to lose it. Yeah, very easy to lose it here on track, especially with the rain. So we'll have to wait and see.
Be curious to see if it's intermediate tires or if we're going to go full wets. I think just from what I'm seeing right now, it looks to be intermediates.
Yeah. It looks like it. Yeah, it looks like intermediates for sure. Yeah.
Just judging off this pit lane here and seeing those intermediate tires in Sergio Perez's garage.
Oh, yes, the green tires. Huh.
Yeah, someone mentioned someone going bowling turn one. That is a possibility. Are we going to have a Valtteri Bottas at Hungary?
Are we going to have a Silverstone crash where, who was it?
Verstappen and Hamilton.
Yeah, no. Who was it?
Guan Yu Zhou?
Yes. When they had a collapse. He collapsed at the fence. Oh, yeah, that was very scary.
I do want to point out for anyone watching here this evening, we do have Cos bets are live here right now. Thank you, Electric Entree, for pointing that out. I don't know what the bets are offhand. I don't have that pulled up, but if you are watching, on whatever platform you're watching on, check out Cos bets and start betting some channel points. I imagine we'll get started here very shortly. I think we're almost at that 2-minute mark where we should be starting up, but I'm getting antsy for the start. I'm ready to see what happens.
I'm very excited to see what this AM2 grid has in store for us here in Barcelona in the rain. Should be a really fun one. Let's see who will be leading in turn one.
I'm gonna go on a whim and say Bandu gets a better launch. I'm gonna go on a whim. Fragley's great, but I think Bandu. I just have a feeling.
Is he the fan favorite for this race?
We do have. I don't know if he's necessarily the fan favorite. We do have plenty of people in the Bandu fan club in here. I know Pablo's in the chat.
Pablo is praying for that Bandu win, and
here we are. We got 5 red lights, and we are underway here at the Spanish Grand Prix. We got Rob's boy with the drive-through jump start.
Oh no!
I can't see. Oh, Inception! Inception got a really good start off the line.
There we go.
Inception actually going to be leading in turn one.
There we go. Gets a better launch there, and Fragley just very slow in the power here. Right behind Inception, just 4 tenths behind him. Very tricky, going a little bit wide here, Inception, but he takes control of the car.
He was getting really squirrely out of there, but I don't know what happened to Bandu. I don't know if I could have swore you started like fourth. I don't know if he just got that bad of a launch, but anyways, that's the way it is right now. But Red Arrow sending a move down the inside of Hysteria into the hairpin, and it looks like Red Arrow is going to get that move done.
Yeah, Fragley just behind Inception, not letting him go whatsoever. Just 3/10 behind him.
And it looks like we are on the intermediate tires this evening, and it looks like it's just going to be intermediates all race based off the race strategy just got pulled up for Hysteria.
And C9 in P13 making some move, but he's 1.7.
Yeah, it's already quite a bit of a
but
gap.
He's a little bit gaining, yeah. Let's see what's going on here at the front. Fragley getting really, really close to Inception. Wheel to wheel here. Let's see. Using all of his battery. Inception getting fastest lap here. And looks like Fragley is going to make the move. Here in turn 1, he takes the lead. Very nice move.
Beautiful move. And I'm sure Sarrazzle looks like he was wanting to get into it as well. Is he going to have enough of a run coming up into this braking zone to maybe send a move on Inception? Doesn't seem to be so this time around.
Yeah, wouldn't be. I wouldn't be sending it from here. It's too risky here. But
too early.
Staying with him. Red Arrow here in the mix also, just 3/10 behind Sarrazzle, keeping them busy. Just going a little bit wide here.
So looks like we got about 3 different little trains going on right now. We got our front guys up around the P6, and then we got a little bit of a little bit of separation between P7, P8, P9, and then from about P10 on down, kind of a little bit of a squabble, if you want to call it that.
Yeah. C9 really in the back of Sweens, trying to hunt them down. Fragley, 25, almost a 2, for the fastest lap. But, Inception and Sarrazzle, wheel to wheel here in turn 1. Who's going to have the upper hand? And it's Sarrazzle! Sarrazzle
getting that move
overtakes
done.
Inception. Wow, beautiful move. Risky, but very clever. Ferrari 1-2 here.
It's going to be really difficult to overtake here without DRS. It's really just going to be just ERS management is going to be the name of the game. As Bandu looks like he just got by Hysteria for P5. He definitely doesn't want to let Fragley get too far ahead with the implications of the championship on the line.
Fragley leading the Spanish Grand Prix. Right behind him, he has his teammate Sarrazzle. So what's the team play here, Cam? What do you think is the team play? Should they just maybe stick together as close as possible, defending Inception of the Haas? What do you think here?
I mean, I don't think there's really going to be any team orders going on between these two. I think they're just going to be racing each other as much as they can at the moment. Still early enough on this season where both Ferraris can find themselves near the top of the championship as Sarrazzle just sets the fastest lap. So I don't know if they've discussed anything like that or not yet, but Fragley is up in the championship at the moment between the two Ferraris. So I don't know if they got any kind of agreement going on, but if that is the case, then we could see Sarrazzle playing more of a team game as the season goes on, but I don't think they're quite there yet in the season to be thinking too much about that type of team play yet.
Right, fair enough.
B-Buggy looks like he just got by Soul Flat Top going up to P7.
And Rob's really falling off the grid here. He's really struggling on these intermediate tires. He is 6.5, 6.4 from P16 and Hypnotic. He's really struggling and really trying to control the car.
Yeah, Yeah, definitely looking a little rough. Oh,
sliding. And Rob's boy going on the gravel. Yeah.
I'm getting a word in the chat that it sounds like Bandit has been struggling with a little bit with his setup.
Yeah, he is falling here. 1.7 off of Red Arrow. Looks like we may have an overtake here. Sarazzle with Fragley should be really careful here not to collide. There we go. Sarazzle makes the smart move and backs out. Very smart move here, not to take any risks there.
Yeah, don't need to risk both of your races in lap 5.
Yeah. Looks like the top 3 just sticking together. Red Arrow falling a little bit from the top 3 here, 2.8 from inception. We're going to have a really close battle here at the top 3.
I was saying Red Arrow and Bandit, you can definitely know that they're just begging for the top 3 to just start scrapping and get them back into play here.
Yeah.
And Rob's boy looks like
and Rob's boy
retiring. Pits.
Yeah. Not a nice night for Rob's boy here, retiring early in the race.
Sarazzle's going to make a move on Fragley before the braking zone, and it looks like Fragley kind of has a little bit of a switchback going on. But Sarazzle has kept it together enough, and he has claimed P1 for himself.
It looks like Red Arrow is struggling here. Is 3 seconds falling from Inception. But Inception here trying to go wheel to wheel with Fragley into turn 1. Fragley. No, single file there. No risks.
So he could have a run coming up here into the next braking zone. He did. Looks like he got a pretty decent drive out of there. And those Rob's boys ghosted car. Looks like it drove off to the side of the track. Looks to be that. I don't know why it hasn't pulled off all the way off the track. It's kind of still in a little bit of a dangerous spot. Okay, now it's off the tracks.
There we go.
Shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. But I think if you're Inception here at this point, I think you can pretty much just be content, just staying close to them for now. Maybe take the chances when you get them, but for the most part, you're just kind of waiting to see if they do a little bit of scrap and see if there's any kind of mistakes you can take advantage of.
Yeah, exactly. If I was Inception here, I would just be waiting for one of the Forest to make a mistake. Oh, and Inception almost loses the car. As I was saying, if I was Inception, I would be just taking it easy here, trying to see if one of the Forest can make a mistake.
Like that right there, Sarazzle almost spins out on the curb, and looks like Fragley's going to end up taking this position here off of him.
There we go.
Ooh, almost got pit maneuvered a little bit there, but thankfully they did not. But Fragley is going to retake the lead here in the beginning of lap 7.
Bandit only gaining a tiny bit with Red Arrow. He's 1.1.
So he's at least getting a little bit closer to the back of Red Arrow, but we definitely got some gaps going on here. Probably wouldn't have seen as big of a gap if it was dry weather. Kind of wet weather usually kind of creates these huge gaps, notoriously here on this game. Just people with different varying levels of skill. Most people they don't really have wet time trials anymore for people to really just get like that repeated practice like they used to.
Inception looking for the move, but and the Ferraris.
And the Ferraris
very close here.
Both of them just making mistakes, just trading positions off mistakes. Fragley has gotten disconnected.
Fragley left this. Okay,
you have
if I can get him back. Yeah. Let's see if I can invite him back.
Oh man, yeah, you can definitely tell it's costing him right there with his AI just slowing up. That's a definite Ferrari moment.
I do not have Fragley.
I should be able to get him back in real quick.
I have Sarazzle, I don't have Fragley, unfortunately. Right. And Red Arrow takes a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Well, Fragley should have an invite now, so he should be back in soon. But for now, though, Serazzle is going to be able to take full advantage of this connection blunder.
And good thing Fragley has joined the session, so yeah.
Deception, though, didn't really seem to be able to capitalize on that moment, though, and really stick with Serazzle. So we brought some separation onto the top three here with that disconnected. Pretty much the best battles we got going on right now. We got for the final points position, P10 on down to P12, P13. We got a little bit of a kerfuffle going on between the two Williams and the two Mercedes.
Yeah, very close here with McRib and FTG. FTG trying to see if McRib...
Sweens are... Oh, sorry to cut you off, but Sweens about almost ate it going up the hill. Had a crazy moment right there.
Serazzle with a 1 second gap to Inception, leading here in lap 9.
Bandu's found himself on the back of Red Arrow now.
He has figured out this track and he is hunting them down one by one. He's hunting down Red Arrow. He's only 7/10 away, which is not too bad. If he can capitalize on Red Arrow's mistakes, see Red Arrow going a little bit wide, but Bandu taking that inside line, which is the smart move where you have more traction there. Red Arrow, you can see Red Arrow just...
Saying looks like a FTG ended up getting by McRib.
Serazzle extending that lead to Inception now to 1.4.
So Fragley's not really gaining back some of that time he had lost. It just seems to be dropping, and must have just iced him, just ruined his flow state that he was in. Yeah, it's kind of put Red Arrow and Bandu back into play for against Fragley.
Yeah, Red Arrow just 1.4 seconds behind Fragley. Bandu right behind Red Arrow, coming into turn 1.
It looks like Red Arrow had a Bandu is getting real squirrely.
Yeah. This is not the time to make any mistakes.
Conditions for him are looking pretty treacherous. I don't really see much of a dry line forming, if I'm being honest with you. You almost gotta wonder if you might see guys put on wet tires. I don't think we will, but at least just based off looking at the track, it almost looks like it could. Because the dry line isn't really that dry.
Yeah. No, not the time for dry tires yet, but we will see it. As Bandu really close to Red Arrow here. Trying to see if he can get all that traction he could. Red Arrow going a little bit deep. Keeps control of his car.
That looks to be C9 Wolf, if I'm not mistaken, off middle sector, right before going up the hill.
Bandu going wheel to wheel with Red Arrow here. Going to turn 1. It's going to be very, very tight. Who's going to have the upper hand? Looks like Bandu is going to be leading Red Arrow. He does make the move.
So Bandu had a very shallow line into that corner, and that's going to give Red Arrow a little bit of an opportunity to come back at him. Ooh, and Red Arrow got a real squirrely out of there. Red Arrow's car is not liking turn 3 here tonight. A good move from Bandu, though. He's up in the P4, and now he's got sight set on Fragley. So far,
Fragley only...
Good.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
As far as positions gained, Serazzle up 2, and Sween's up 6, C9 Wolf up 4. biggest loser at the moment. There's really not a biggest loser, I guess, other than Fragley. Down 2 positions from pole.
Oh.
Yeah, at the moment, they're pretty much everyone's just kind of doing their own little race at the moment. Nothing too crazy going on.
Yeah. We have the two Williams. We have the two Williams here in P9, P10, very close to each other. Sweens almost losing the car. Very tricky here in these two corners, especially with the rain. Let's see who will be leading between the two. Sweens. And Sweens almost. Sweens gets past FTG.
Yeah, I've never seen like someone like wiggle like that and save it.
Was it maybe a message telling him, "Hey, I'm right behind you. Just be careful"?
I have no idea, but either way, man, I've seen Sweens almost just completely lose the car like 3 times now this race, and he's kept a hold of it each time. So props to him for that. Yeah, and he gets into the grass, and it's gonna let McRib go on by. Oh, yes, Sween. Oh no, that was FTG. My bad. That was FTG who went off into the grass.
Oof. Yeah, that lets McRib of the kick, getting to that P10. Oh, and FTG just a little bit on the grass here.
He touched that in the corner entry. Did not really help him out at all.
Fragley chasing down Inception and the Haas. 1.1 is the gap. Very neutral gap, not extending. And look at this Inception. 1 second gap from Serrazzle. Is Serrazzle starting to struggle on his intermediate tires? Not quite sure.
I haven't been paying attention to what the gaps have been like over the past couple of laps, but he's now almost gained another 2/10 past couple corners.
The gap was 1.4, 1.5. He's and Inception. oh wow, really tricky here in lap 13.
We are getting some really nice camera shots coming on the exit of the hill. Just the cars just zip around that corner and just do some drifting.
Yeah, very tricky here in Barcelona where it's rain conditions. Very, very easy to lose the car.
It probably didn't really feel that big of a snap, being like the one driving, but as a spectator watching, you're just like your heart just almost drops for a second.
Oh yeah, I've had too many of those.
Lumix is asking Hypnotic to take one for the team. Bandit Fan Club is really pulling for a safety car right now.
Yeah, he's not making the impression here. He's 3.7 away from Fragley.
Yeah, so if you're Bandit, you really want that. You almost need it if you really want to come ahead of Fragley for this race. And looks like FTG and has just got by McRib, and IO is slid in there as well. So there's 2 positions lost for McRib in a matter of a corner or 2.
And look, Inception, 6/10. He is gaining on Serrazzle. Serrazzle looks like to be really struggling out there. On lap 14, he is gaining only 4 to 5 tenths away. Will we see an overtake in turn 1?
I say at this point, it almost seems like a matter of time until we see that overtake opportunity come.
Yeah, he is burning battery. He has only 80% battery. That's quite impressive. Very good ERS management here, but he will be sticking right behind Serrazzle.
Not Sweens. Sweens off up the hill. Sweens ended up spinning, but thankfully didn't collect anybody.
And Hypnotic in the Alpine is pitting.
Interesting. He's a little far behind though, so I don't know if that's necessarily is that strategy or I'm not too
We'll
sure.
have to wait and see. I'm on board with Assumption, and he is really gaining on Serrazo. He's right in the back of Serrazo. Only 3/10. He is hunting him down. Is Serrazo really struggling on these interceptions? Oh, an interception going a little bit wide.
Doesn't seem to have hurt him too much though. He's still real close.
No. Yeah.
Less than 3/10, almost 2/10 now.
Mm-hmm.
Almost sends a little bit of a dummy.
Tweens also has pit. McRib also has pit for brand new intermediates.
Say if pitting's on the table, we can only expect that maybe a couple laps from now. And it looks like Inception's gonna make that dive in. He's gonna make that call to come in now.
Yeah, he's looking for the undercut here, I think.
Oh, Fragley DNF!
Retired! Fragley, what happened? Fragley, I see a tire, an intermediate tire on the track.
Was that pit lane? That was his right side tire.
Oh no, Fragley, and we have a safety car. Well, that's gonna really help Bandut here. Oh, Bandut, did he stay? He has not pit.
Oh, Bandut is gonna get caught behind the safety. Is he? Oh, he's gonna.
Is he? Is he gonna get past the?
Yeah, because Serrazo's passed.
He's gonna get.
Yeah, because Serrazo's passed
yeah.
right now. But dang, that is quite tragic.
Oh no!
Our second place in the standings, and that's just gonna give Bandut what he needs to find himself potentially here on top tonight. As long as Bandut doesn't bin it, he might be our new championship leader here tonight. And it must be said for Fragley that DNF is just going to help Drag King out that much more, because I think Fragley was the closest in contention.
Full flat top takes a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh my goodness. We're seeing a couple drivers here pitting. We have the Mercedes of C9 just coming out of pit.
Well, one can assume that Fragley or Serrazo and Bandut are going to make the dive in a moment. Inception, though, looks like he's going to be jumping Serrazo and Bandut and Hysteria potentially.
Has Inception paid already for? Oh,
yeah, he did.
Beige Raid 10 sec. Okay, he has paid it, so he will be. Is he gonna be the net later?
Oh, maybe not. Oh, I had a crazy glitch.
Oh yeah, Serrazo has pit. Yes.
Did Bandut pit as well? Like, yeah. If you're seeing what I'm seeing on stream right now, we're all lost.
Yeah.
We're all lost.
Yeah. There's a huge glitch right now. I am so confused.
Yeah, we'll just let them all come out of the pits and then figure out what happened. That's what's happening.
Okay, oh, so we have Serrazo leading.
There's a huge gap between IO and Hysteria right now on track. This might be a few laps. We might be waiting a few laps for something to happen. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Yeah, I was gonna let it ride. It still says Bandut's in the pit on my end.
Okay, I have no idea what's going on right now. I've seen people pitting and then suddenly they just appear middle of the track.
We had this happen last week as well.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Serrazo is definitely not in the pits. He's leading. I don't know why it says he's still in the pits. FTG takes a 3-second time penalty. AO takes a drive-through penalty for ignoring yellow flags.
Interesting.
Boogie takes a 10-second time. Oh, I think there's some kind of bug here in the game.
Yeah, something's going on. I don't know what this is right now, but yeah, let's just hope that and looks like IO's It kind of goes to, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. When they get going, the game usually will fix itself. But damn, we only have 5 cars or 4 or 5. Yeah, we have 4 cars pulled up to the safety car right now. What is this?
I am.
What is
Everyone
going
getting
on?
penalties.
What is going
7th
on?
flame, 10-second penalty for ignoring yellow flag.
Man, yeah, I think we're just gonna have to just wait. Oh my gosh, another guy. What is? I wonder, is it one person that's like glitching and maybe like bugging out everybody, or is it? I don't know.
Definitely a bug. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna comment on it anymore. We'll just wait until things start back up. This is too
8
much to
out
keep
of
track of.
15 drivers have penalties.
Well, I guess in a sense, as long as there's no other safety cars and this stays green, I don't think anyone's really gonna be pitting again. So it looks like a lot of these penalties might just go away anyways without you know without having to pit. So if it's some kind of crazy bug or something, I have no idea what's going on.
FTG, a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car.
Bro,
Ay, ay, ay. Where is going on?
what is this, man? Yeah, I have to agree with Pablo there. It's glitch pens don't count. I mean, I guess, yeah, maybe for cause bets it will count, just because, I mean, you gotta make your decision.
Another
You gotta
10-second
finalize it
penalty.
before the end of the race, but 7th lane up to 20 seconds. People keep getting more penalties like this, though. Someone could just straight up get DS or disqualified and
Yeah.
might not have any fault in it. They have to follow a delta still. That seems to be the glitch, so they can't catch up. It says good salt. Well, that well, it looks like they're still catching up. They're just not catching up as quickly as they should. That's probably why we're seeing a bunch of that, because they're trying to hustle along. I mean, I hope Stewart's going to still mediate that, though, because that is kind of bogus.
The stewards have a lot of homework to do after this one, that's for sure.
But if guys are legitimately, like, speeding like that, though, even with that or whatever, you gotta wonder, like, you just gotta just... You see everyone else getting all these penalties, so...
Yeah, makes
why
you wonder.
push it at this point? That's fraud on cost bets. Yeah.
Safety car is in this lap.
Well, at least we have most of the field caught up. It sucks we don't have. We're still missing quite a few guys in the field, but with this green flag though, they might be able to catch up a little bit. But anyways, we're just going to ignore all that stuff. It sucks for IO especially. IO ended up finding himself in a good spot, but looks like he's got a drive-through. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah. Deception really taking his time here, deciding, and I think he is off. He is off. We're going racing again. Sweens takes another 3-second time penalty.
And Bandute's already looking for a spot the game. We got 3-second penalties from Serazzle and Inception. I don't know where they picked those up at. I don't even know if we can even trust these penalties at this point. Like,
Yeah.
they didn't do anything to get those penalties. They were driving in the middle of the track.
Interesting.
Yeah.
At least we get to see Bandute here in the fight, going very, very close to Serazzle, but won't make the move.
Yeah, I don't think those 3-second penalties are real. As far as I'm concerned or whatever, the position everybody is in on track is their legit position, just because of all these wacky pens.
Yeah.
So
glitch pens, yeah.
Yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, those 3-second penalties aren't aren't going to be a factor in my finishing standings for the night.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. Maybe they'll stick, and maybe I'll be proven wrong. But anyways, for now though, we do have at least most of our guys together, so that is good.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that just kind of that's kind of derailed everything. Like as sitting in the commentator's seat now, I really don't even know what to say about anything going on in chat now anymore.
Very confused right now. That's all I gotta say. Serazzle picking up the slipstream on Inception. Serazzle take the fastest lap, but Serazzle using all of his battery, 50%, going wheel to wheel with Inception, but won't make the move. Inception goes a little bit deep. Serazzle's gonna have the upper hand, but no, he defends quite nicely. Gonna be very interesting here coming into the final lap. We still have about 12, 13 laps to go. It's gonna be a really fun ending here.
Yeah, just
Serazzle is sticking.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, no, just saying, Serazzle really sticking with Inception here and the Haas. Bandu not too far away. He's only 2 seconds behind Serazzle, keeping it nice and clean. Inception, you can see here, going a little bit wide. Keeps it nice and smooth afterwards.
That was a nice little camera angle going up the hill.
Look at Bandu going up wheel to wheel with Serazzle. Oh, and Serazzle goes a little. No, Bandu goes a little bit deep. He's
but
okay.
Serazzle's gonna have this run now.
Oh my goodness, what action here. Serazzle Inception going wheel to wheel. Serazzle overtakes Inception. What a move!
Yeah, what a move around the outside for Serazzle.
Yeah. But does Inception is going to have the slipstream on Serazzle. Is going to make the move here in turn 1. 80% battery. Looks like he doesn't have enough straight line speed. And he's going to stick behind Serazzle. What action do we have here on the safety car restart?
Saying Hysteria, he's not too far off the mix as well. We could see him potentially if these three keep scrapping it out. We could see him and Red Arrow. I think Red Arrow's 3-second penalty is legit. He got that way before the safety car, but so I think that one is actually legit. But the rest of these 3-second penalties, at least on the top, top two,
we have a five car battle here. Gonna be very close. Inception. 4/10 away from Serazzle. Now, if I'm Bandude, I'm just sticking with Inception, trying to see if he can make a little mistake, capitalize on his mistake. And is he going to have the straight line speed to get past Inception in turn 1? We'll have to wait and see. Inception does have the slipstream on Serazzle. He's using all of his batteries. Serazzle picks it up 22.9 with his fastest lap. Yeah, he's going to be a little bit far. He won't be able to make the move.
Can you do me a quick favor and see where Serazzle's at in the Drivers' Championship?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Bandu should be fine to keep like the Drivers' Championship, take the Drivers' Championship lead if he finishes where he's at. But I'm not too sure where that puts Serazzle in points.
Serazzle, he's 5th in the championship.
How many points does he have?
He has 34.
34 versus Bandu's 50, am I right? Or 46?
Bandu 60. Bandu was 60 points.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, well, it's still going to be a good points gain for Serazzle. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, everyone's just kind of chilling right now, just kind of following.
Yeah, we're single file here. Serazzle 7/10 from Inception. He won't be making the move. He is too far. Bandu just ticking 6/10 behind Inception. He won't be making the move.
We got about
just
9
keeping
laps
a
here in
single
this
file.
race.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really, really fun ending to this race, that's for sure.
Yellow flag sector 2, that looks to be swings at the around the sector 3 split.
Oh, Hypnotic going into the pits. Is that gonna be the end of his race? I believe.
I'm getting a word that Bandu is fighting for his life right now. I wish we had like actual like driver radio checks like they do in the actual like F1 broadcasts or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be something. Hypnotic just entering the pits, changing up for his. Is he praying for a late safety car?
Who?
Maybe that. Hypnotic and the Alpine is just.
I mean, he's a minute and a half behind. I don't think
Yeah.
he's really anything
Yeah.
like that.
Red arrow, another 3-second time penalty. That's really gonna hurt him.
With that penalty, he's gonna drop down to P6 from the looks of it. So B Boogie just needs to keep it up there now. B Boogie, haven't really had much to mention for him this race. Was kind of looking forward to seeing him fight near the top here tonight, but Inception kind of had a little bit of a moment. He's gonna lose about 2/10 in turn 3, but Boogie though, yeah, maybe if there's like another safety car or something, he might find himself getting a little closer. I'm sure he's got pace. It's just with the nature of like this little train we got going on right now, it's kind of hard to keep everybody a little close together.
Especially with the dirty air not helping from Red Arrow. And Serrazil really starting to drop Inception a little bit. 1 second gap.
Stereo though looks to be getting kind of close to Bandoots. Other than the fact that he just had a little bit of a moment and lost 3/10, but up until I started opening my mouth, he was gaining on him.
Oh, Bandoot having a little bit of a moment. Serrazil, another fastest lap, 22.2. He is really pushing that Ferrari.
He's just churning these out left and right.
Trying to keep Inception in P2. Bandu just a little bit dropping here, 2 seconds from Inception.
From what I'm hearing, Bandit's still struggling with the car. It doesn't seem to, it doesn't seem to be working out with him tonight with the setup, or maybe it's just the combination of the wet and the track for him. Maybe maybe it just doesn't really play into his driving style here this evening.
Yeah, but, it looks like he's really struggling here.
But Serrazil, though, as we were mentioning, was just pumping out fast lap after fastest lap. This dude is on one here this evening.
He is on a flyer, trying to keep Inception and the Haas behind him at all times. He is really gaining 1.8 seconds away, trying to keep nice and clean, using his battery. He's only at 20% battery and still using.
Yeah,
he's really on a flyer here.
Really, like if I don't know what the tire wear is like around here, at least in the with the intermediate tires, but hopefully don't burn them out too much and to the point where you make a mistake trying to keep this pace up.
Yeah,
start conserving a little bit of battery, but for now he's just pretty much seems pretty content where he's at. I mean, keep the pace up.
Yeah, everyone is pretty spaced out, but we have here Boogie gaining a little bit on Red Arrow, only 5/10. Red Arrow, you can see a little bit struggling. Is Boogie gonna capitalize on Red Arrow's mistake? And you can see Arrow just going a little bit deep. Doesn't seem to be losing much time.
And Hysteria is 3/10 off of that Bandit now.
He's really pushing that Aston Martin. Man, dude, almost losing the car. Wow.
Yeah, put him less than 2 seconds back for a second, but ooh, man, getting a little squirrely out of there too.
Yeah. Will we see an overtake in turn one from Hysteria? He is not burning any battery, just not using the slipstream either.
It's an odd strategic choice.
Yeah, he will be staying right behind Bandit here. Only
And
3 seconds off.
And B Boogie's gonna get by Red Arrow before turn one.
Nice overtake by Boogie here, yeah.
Yeah, so going on board with Hysteria, just you can just tell just from Bandit's car is just sliding. It's definitely not a smooth drive for him at the moment.
And look at this, Serrazzo, almost 2 seconds, 1.8. Is Bandit feeling the pressure from Hysteria? 5/10 away. It's going to be an exciting end to the race here.
Now, something I do want to point out, I don't think Serrazzo has won a race in contest of speed, if I am not mistaken. So, could have ourselves a new winner for the season and a brand new contest speed winner here this evening, assuming that 3 second penalty is a bunch of bunk, you know. But it might not. But if Bandit is keeps kind of staying at the rate he's at, it actually might not even matter whether that 3 seconds is legit or not.
Yeah, exactly. But Serrazzo is pushing. He is 2.7 away from Bandit. But he does want to push here to make sure that he can keep Bandit with a 3 second gap.
Yeah, so everyone's just flirting along that 3 second limit.
Yeah, everyone is pretty spaced out. The closest battle we have is Hysteria and Bandit.
Ooh, only a little squirrely.
5/10.
But that 3 second gap is just to Inception. So Serrazzo has cleared that 3 seconds from Bandit.
Yeah.
Currently at about 4 seconds for Bandit now to the leader. Do we have intervals? Is there an interval for that?
Oh.
Yeah, there is. Okay.
So Red Devil did point out that Serrazzo has won before in season 14.
So I can't remember what season I came back in, but yeah, I think Serrazzo had joined the league around when I kind of came back after a little bit of hiatus, and Bandit. I don't know what it was that Bandit just kicked up, but there was a lot of particle effects, some kind of debris that Bandit just kicked up driving over one of the curbs. I don't know what that was. I had never seen that.
Yeah, he is. Oh, it looks like we have a ghosted car in the Alpine. Is that?
It's just Hypnotic. He's a lap car.
Yeah.
Just blue flags. But with only about to be only 3 laps remaining, Hysteria, does he have anything for Bandit? Inception as well. Inception is now back to under a second on Serrazzo. Did Serrazzo cook his tires going for all these laps?
I feel now he's might be feeling the pressure from Inception, making a little bit of some mistakes. Inception benefiting from the slipstream, getting closer and closer, 6/10 from Serrazzo. If I'm Inception, I need to get past Serrazzo as soon as possible. I don't want to get hit with the dirty air, causing the car or to my tires to be worn out quicker. Only almost 2 laps remaining. And Inception going a little bit deep. No, good traction.
Really curious to see if Hysteria is 2/10 back on Bandu, if he sends a move into one of the hairpin, like the hairpin, after you go up the hill.
Mm-hmm.
I hope to see a send. I want to see a little bit of a scrap.
Oh, looks like we're gonna see a send here. Hysteria going almost wheel to wheel with Bandu, but Bandu covers him nicely. Oh, we're gonna have a switchback. A little bit of a switchback, but no. Bandu defending pretty nicely, positioning his car where it needs to be. Is Hysteria gonna be using all of his battery? Yes, he is gonna be benefiting from the ERS. It looks like Bandu not using ERS, but he will be covering. Is Hysteria going almost wheel to wheel, and Hysteria backs off.
I'm surprised he didn't send it right there. He was real close.
Yeah.
He would have been, it would have been fair play for him right there.
Yeah, he might be saving it for the last lap here.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't feel confident on the brakes potentially, but I think what you're saying does kind of sound about right. Maybe he's just mostly just trying to bait him into a mistake, trying to put the pressure on him, but not commit to something.
Yeah.
Not have to risk his own car in the process.
Yeah.
But I think
all to play for.
I think with this last lap, though, I think all the gloves will be off for Hysteria. I think Hysteria will actually... He actually might even take it right here.
There you go! Bandu makes a mistake, and Hysteria takes over Bandu.
Bandu gives Hysteria a little bit of a bump
on exit. Going wheel to wheel! Oh!
He kind of messed up the switchback a little bit and ended up touching the back of Hysteria. And I wonder if that unsettled his car a little bit under traction. But for now, Bandu is back in P3.
Hysteria should be benefiting from the ERS and the slipstream. Looks like Bandu is using all of his battery, 33%. Hysteria against 15%. Is he going to be sending it? No. Sorazo makes a defending move, positioning his car the right way.
Oh man,
Hysteria, is he going to take... He's taking the outside line. No. Bandu covering him well. This is the closest battle we're gonna see here. Inception 9/10 away from Sorazo. He's not making the impression to take the win here, but Bandu really under pressure here from Hysteria. Is Hysteria gonna be benefiting from the slipstream? We will see in the last few corners. Only 60% battery for Hysteria against... Oh, Bandu makes another bend.
Is Hysteria gonna send it though? It's 2/10.
Too far. Yeah,
it's a little too far back.
Yeah. Bandu keeping it smooth on the power.
Looks like Bandu is just gonna hang on by a thread as Sorazo coming across the line with Inception really close behind, and Sorazo is gonna get the win here at Spain. Followed by Inception.
Oh, Hysteria getting really, really close with Bandu. What's it gonna be? Oh! Hysteria! It takes the P3. Wow! Oh. What a move by Hysteria, taking the outside line, having no traction.
49 hundredths.
Oh my goodness! What a finish! That was something. Bravo to Hysteria.
Wow.
That was some action.
So I felt the need to go back and at least check on our leader and give our leader or our winner his due diligence. But so I wish I had stayed on that battle right there, because I wish I had seen what kind of developed right there a little bit more. But we did catch enough of it. But
looks like Hysteria went off track and gained that position from Bandu. But we'll see what the stewards have to say to that.
I think the stewards are going to have a lot to say, or are going to have a lot to judge based off of like a lot of the midfield. The midfield was just penalty ridden with that safety car glitch we had earlier. I feel
Yeah.
bad for a lot of those guys. It was like six or seven guys in a row that all had penalties. So I don't know,
Yeah.
and they were kind of varying in the amounts. So I don't know exactly what's gonna happen as far as that goes.
Uh,
And then but talks right now is, did Hysteria leave the track unfairly and gain an advantage?
yeah, we're gonna have to
Like,
look back at it and see.
did he leave track, on his own doing? Was it kind of forced, trying to avoid possible slide? I did see a little bit of slide from Bandu. I don't know exactly what happened. I have
I
to
did
watch
not
that
see
back.
at the
But
end there.
either way, as far as we're concerned for now, um, Hysteria is going to take P3 without steward intervention provisionally. Yep. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was
Wow, what an
an
ending!
interesting little
What an
ending there.
ending!
But real quick here, I need to go through here. We got Sarazzle P1, our race winner here this evening, followed by Inception, Hysteria P3, Bandute P4, B Boogie P5, Red Arrow P6, followed by Cena and Wolf, Io, Soul Flat Top, Seventh Flame, FTG, Beige Rage, McRib, Sweens, Hypnotic, and then we got our two DNFs of Fragley and Rob's Boy. Man,
Yeah, very unfortunate for Fragley here.
it is going to
That's
be
gonna
a
hurt him in the drivers' championship.
absolutely, but it's going to be crazy to see what the outcome is. I think someone should tell so the two spell that he's got his work cut out for him.
Mhm.
Yeah, his steward's team is going to be busy. That is for sure.
They have a lot of homework to do.
Absolutely, and I think I need to invite or add Inception on PlayStation real quick, because I need to get them both get them in the booth here. Yeah, I want to get Hysteria is on PC, so I can't add him. I'm just gonna add Bandu in here.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tag them all in the chat. Let me get this all sorted. Alright, Srazzle, he got that sorted out himself. Good stuff, good stuff. Oh wait, Bandit's EA. Never mind.
Mhm. Inception is on PlayStation.
Yeah, he is PlayStation. We'll
Yeah.
see if he's interested in getting in here. He just added me as a friend, so should be able to add him now. Yeah, once I get that invite going for him, we'll start things out. Let's see here. All right, there we are. All right. Well, anyways, Srazzle, thank you for joining here into the booth. Congrats on your win. First thing I really want to ask is, was those 3 second penalties that you and Inception had a bug, or was that like legit 3 second penalties? Yeah,
Man, you were tough to catch towards the end, man.
so we didn't know exactly what was going on here in the booth, because during that safety car we had so many drivers getting penalties with a safety car glitch we had. A lot of guys were given deltas still, like up until the safety car restart. So we had a lot of drivers pick up 10-second penalties, drive-through penalties. It was honestly chaos for the midfield. Um, feel bad for all those guys, but thankfully, I guess in the end, your 3 second penalty didn't matter. But I had to ask that because that was a lot of our big talking point at the safety car restart. We had just had no idea. But Right. And then, did your teammate crash into the pit lane entrance? Right. And but either way, I think that might put you second or third in the drivers' championship now. I know you're going to be really close to Fragley. You might have actually I think you might be tied on points potentially. I'd have to look at the point spread again. I can't remember what it exactly was, but either way, really close. Do you have anything else to say about your race? Right. Right, and then Pucks, do you have any questions for him?
Oh, so Sarazo, after the safety car restart, you were gaining quite some time on Inception. What were your thoughts when did you know that you had it in the bag at the end? Hmm. Right, it was a really smooth drive, and congratulations on the win. Okay.
All right,
Well,
well, there you
congratulations
go.
again. There you go.
We're gonna move on here to Inception, our P2 finisher this evening. Inception. The past few races, you've definitely shown you got some pace, and I believe last week, yeah, you started like P5, P6, had good quality. Coming in here this week, looked like you qualified pretty well again, and you have capitalized on a good qualifying with a P2 finish here this evening. Um, how was the race?
Oh man, it was a fun race, honestly. The first couple races I joined this league were a little rough. Obviously, trying to get into a new league, trying to get situated is a little thing, but the past couple races I've been able to dial it in. Japan, me and my teammate definitely, I think we qualified second and third, but got screwed over with safety cars the entire time. But this race, I was able to basically capitalize on the intermediates, and I usually do pretty decent in the rain. Um, Definitely was a little hard the past couple laps to try to catch the razzle. I would lose battery, but at the same time, little mistakes would get me here and there. But it was a fun race. No, it was good battling, and sucks that one of the Ferraris went out because it kind of saved me, but at the same time, it was fun battling both of them.
Right, you say at the very beginning, and how was what was like your kind of plan at the beginning of the race when Fragley was still in the mix?
Uh, what was it? Because I know they were both going out still for another run, or it looked like one of them was coming in right behind me, but I knew I was starting to lose time when I saw Fragley, I think it was Fragley catching up, or Saraz, one of them, but he started catching me and like right before the safety car, and man, I just like I needed to pit because I was already on 45% where I thought I could maybe hold on, but I was like, nah, if I want to try to undercut one of these guys, I have to go in now. Fortunately, that safety car went out, so it put me back in P2 still. I think I could have got P1 off that safety car again, but then it was all weird with that glitchy stuff. So I ended up being P1 anyways, but lost it because I just could not find grip in the beginning. But I'm usually pretty decent once we get more aware on the rain.
Right, and then I do want to point out for you, just so you're tracking this, going into this race, you were P10 in the Drivers' Championship with 16 points, and I believe, just based off just kind of doing some quick math in my head, I believe you'll be P5 or P6 after
That's
this
awesome.
week. So climbing the standings, man. Climb the standings little by little. Still, yeah, next race will be our halfway point in this season. And let me do a quick little look. Do any of you know the next track off the top of your heads?
Let me see. I have it right here on my
Mexico.
phone.
It
If it's
is.
Mexico, that's my home track, so I'm good with that track.
All right, cool. It'd be a good little outing for you then.
Yep, it'll be in Mexico, so that'll be a good track to race against these guys on. But yeah, today was definitely a fun track. Definitely was not expecting the rain, but it brought some excitement to it. So I think it brought out who was really supposed to be up there. So it was fun.
Right, and but yeah, Pucks, do you have any questions for Inception?
Inception, really great, smooth race. Congratulations on a P2. What were your thoughts at the end here? You were starting to struggling and really wasn't trying to didn't really catch up to Serrazo. Were you worried? Were you just pushing? Were you just keeping it a P2 finish? What were your thoughts at the end there?
I wasn't too worried. Honestly, I was trying to keep a decent little gap towards the end. But on the last two laps, I pushed a little too hard towards the first corner, and I think also into about I think turn five, and it just made me understeer in a couple of them. So I just ended up just settling in for second place. I'd rather just because of that 3 second penalty, because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I would just rather just keep the P2 rather than try to fight for P1. So I tried to get him on the last
That's it.
couple corners, but he just had more traction than I did, so I just let it go.
That's it. Great stuff. And for next race, going into your home race, right in Mexico, how confident are you?
I'm pretty confident with this one. Usually I tend to find grip where most people can't. I practice this track a lot. So yeah, I'm pretty confident. I'll at least try to get in the top five for qualifying, hopefully in the top three for the race. Race pace can do is better for me on this track than quali, but yeah, I'm excited for it.
Good luck. Good stuff, and good luck for next week.
Appreciate it. Well, you boys have a good night.
Yeah, you
You
as
as
well.
well.
And with that being said, this has been AM2 Contest of Speed here at Spain. Tomorrow evening we have AM1 at 9 p.m. Eastern, same start time as today. And then we have the European tiers at 9 p.m. GMT. If any of you are interested in watching the European tiers as well. But yeah, I think that's about it. Pucks, do you have anything to add before we bounce?
Not really. Just wishing everyone a great night and hope you enjoyed the race.
Alrighty, well I think that pretty much about settles it. Everyone have a great night.